Assalamu alaikum, hello viewers. Tonight I'm going to talk about most important part of English language that's mostly beneficial for making sentence or giving the formation of the sentence. So sometimes we are making mistake and we have confusions that how can you use these types of words in English language. So okay, let's know the way of these words. These words is a part of English language and they are known as reciprocal pronoun. So let's know the meaning of these words. Okay, each other means একে অপরের সাথে একে অপরের সাথে একে অপরের each other mean একে অপরের সাথে and another is one another. So what does it mean by one another? So let's know the meaning of this word one another. একে অপরদের সাথে একে অপরদের সাথে. Okay, that's we have known the meaning of these words. So both of them express the same meaning in English language. So we have to know how can you use this reciprocal pronoun in English language or in the sentence of English. So sometimes we are making mistake. Instead of each other, we are using one another. Even instead of one another, we are using each other. So that is the main problem. So let's start to know the main thing regarding these types of words. Okay, each other you can use each other for only two men. When there is relationship between two men or correlation between two men, we must have to use the each other. But if there is more than two men or the connection between two men more than, it will be like one another. So sometimes we mistake like that. Suppose I can give an example, then it will be much clear. Okay, I'm going to write on the board. Okay, they have one another. They have one another. So what can you think? This sentence is right. Is this sentence is right? But I think that is not right, because there is only two. There is only two. That means two people. They have one another. They have one another. So if it means only two, it will be like each other. But if it means one more two and more than two, it will be one another. Okay, so let's start, and another sentence should be written. Okay, Rohim and Karim uh, look after each other. That's we can see the sentence. Rohim and Karim look after each other. There is each other. Each other should be perfect in the case of two men. In the case of correlation between two men, Rohim and Karim, there is only two person. For this reason, each other is very applicable to use. Okay, but if there is more and more people having correlation and together each other performing, it will be like one another. So we have known the differentiate between each other and one another. Okay, just we have to discuss broadly. Okay, I have to erase from the board the all things. Okay, each other. The mostly difference between each other and one another in the case of number. If there is more numbers of people, the one another should be used. One another for more people or many people. Maybe many people. When there is many people, many things, one another is standing for many people or many things. Okay, but if there is no long relationship or relationship with the only two people, only two men, that is each other. But if you want to use one another, there require many people or many things in the position of subject. Okay, then each other only two. It will be limited only two. It will be limited only to. Each other should be limited only to, and one another should be stood for many people or many things. So if there is a subject for many people, for many part of numbers stand in the position of subject, there should be one another. So I can write two sentences. Then what is the main difference? You can understand that what is the main difference. Okay, one another. So I can make sentence with one another. Okay, many students many students behave well with one another. So you understand from this sentence that there is many students, not only two students, not only one students, there are many students. So for these many students, one another, the connection one another has been stored, and so it is perfect for using. Okay, so if to making the correlations on with each other, so one another has been used because of having many students. But if they're having only one, it should be like two students behave well with each other. So what can you understand that one sentence, the many students behave well with one another. So one another একে অপরের সাথে, ইভেন সো অনেক ছাত্রছাত্রী একে অপরের সাথে ভালো ব্যবহার করে, অর্থাৎ এখানে অনেক ছাত্রছাত্রী দুইজনের তুলনায় অনেক বেশি, এই জন্য ওয়ান অ্যানাদার ইজ পারফেক্ট। ইভেন অ্যানাদার সেন্টেন্স, টু স্টুডেন্টস behave well with each other. So why there is used each other? Can you understand? So because here each other has been used because of two students. There is limited things and limited guys, limited persons, and each other is perfect. So each other means ek opor sathe, even one another means ek opor sathe. So two students behave well with each other, ek opor sathe bhalo byabhar kore. Because if I use one another in this position, the sentence will be absolutely wrong. So only limited case, because of having limited person, it should be each other. But if there is no limited, if there is limitless, or if there is many persons and many things in the position of subject, one another should be used. Okay, in this case, if there is many person, so each other will not be perfect. But in the case of limited person, like two students, each other will be perfect, and on one another is not perfect in this case. Okay, so this is the difference between each other and one another. Okay.